Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you. Okay, so today we are working on another little fun Christmas project with Glassine bags and mini composition notebooks. So I wanted to show you, we're going to take these and turn them into these. Super fun, pretty inexpensive, and something that you can make as a gift for a loved one. Just can go in a stocking. You could give it to Santa, see what he thinks about bringing, taking care of that. All right, so, how are you? That's what I want to say. How are you doing? I hope you're having a really good day. I hope that, you're feeling good about yourself and good about life. And that keep in mind, and by the way, I do. I love you guys. And I know that sounds kind of crazy sometimes. How can you love people that you've never met in person? Well, I can, and I do. And, first of all, I just like people. I always have. But as I have started my YouTube channel, it's just even more, especially since I got sick. You guys have just been the most amazing, and the prayers and everything. I just feel so incredibly blessed, and I love you. If you're new to my channel, I hope you will have fun here with us today. Jump in, comment. I read every comment. My channel is not so big at this point that I can't respond to everybody as well, and I do that. Actually, I hope that my channel grows. We have dreams, right? But in the meantime, I'm having a great time with you. And I hope you'll consider subscribing if you're just watching me for the first time. All right, let's get going, guys. This is pretty easy to do. Takes a little bit of time, but it's not difficult at all. All right, so let's go ahead and put our... I love the scrunch of Glassine. If that offends you, I certainly don't mean to offend you, but I love a good scrunch in a journal. I don't know, paper, different papers and whatnot. Love the feel. Okay, so what we've used here, I've used different washi tapes. A little bit, I made a tiny little cluster with some music paper and some cheesecloth. And this I just picked up, got these in Hobby Lobby. They're on sale right now where we live. I'm assuming at least throughout the U.S., wherever there's a Hobby Lobby, they're 50% off. So that's a good time to purchase things that you want for embellishments and that kind of thing. So I picked up a couple of things at the store. These are Glassine bags. I also carry these in my store, but whatever you have or whatever you want to use or wherever you get them, that's perfectly great. These measure 3 3/4 inches wide, and they're 5.5 inches tall, the ones that I'm using, and that's really a great size to fit these little mini composition notebooks. Let me share with you on the composition. Slow down, Rhonda. Do you ever feel like your words are just spilling over and you're just like, whoa, let me catch up? Anyway, what I was going to say, I will slow down here as I try to open this little package up. I used to be able to purchase these. This is before COVID, mind you. I could pick up a set of 3 for 97 cents in Walmart. I can't even find them now in Walmart, but I have been able to purchase them on Amazon. I had these from before. Just one pack left. I used to buy them, several packs at a time because I always found I was doing something fun and giving it away as gifts or whatnot. But, yeah, so I don't know what I was going to finish with. My mind just went just blank. Oh, I was going to say that, I purchased them on Amazon, but they're nowhere near, 3 notebooks for 97 cents. Yeah, 3 notebooks. Okay, this is how my day is going. Let's see if it gets better, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we can work on the notebook first or we can work on the glassine bag first. It doesn't matter. Give me a holler. What do you think? Ah, you say. Aha. You say work on the glassine bag? Okay. All right. These measure 3 1/4 inches wide by 4 1/2 inches deep. So this is a great size to fit inside the glassine bag. A little bit wider than what we want, but I'm going to trim it, the top off, and I'm going to trim it just a smidgen over 5 1/2, so I make sure that I have the bag covered. Okay, and I have one of these rotary cutter blades. I'm not sure what this is called, but it's got the wavy edge. But you can also do it with the decorative scissors, or you can just cut it straight. You can rip it. You can use your tear ruler, whatever it is. And for those of you that are not into Christmas yet, or that really don't celebrate, that you're seriously not into Christmas, that's fine. Think in terms of this for another project. It could be Valentine's, could be, you're working up something in nature, or mushrooms or birds, or, flowers or bunnies or whatever. So try not to look at this as, oh, that's just Christmas. Because, number one, Christmas is so fun. But if that's not your thing, that's all right. Just imagine it in a different format. Okay, wait, I want to do it this way. I should seriously think about getting a new punch because this one is starting to really grab on me. This is 1 1/2 inch, a little circle punch. And I'm sure most of you have seen this and you're going to be like, yeah. But there's always new people who haven't seen everything and would appreciate little tricks and tips. So I am trying to go kind of in the center here, and I am going to, oh, see, that didn't even, that's why. We'll just kind of finish this out. Not perfect, but that's not too bad. Okay, normally when I do this with a heavier paper and put it over and punch, it gives a little more body, and the punch has a tendency not to stick so much. It usually gives me a little cleaner cut. And that's really... Let's just trim that up a little bit. I know, I shouldn't even worry about it. It's whatever. Okay, now next thing I'm going to do, and to make it so you can actually see what we're doing, hang on just a sec. I'm going to go get my coffee dye, and I'm going to put a little something down here so I don't get coffee all over everything else. Okay, so what I'm doing is getting a piece, rather large piece of wallpaper. It's pretty sturdy. Okay. Whoops, here's my coffee. I just mix my coffee up. I don't drink it at all, so I'm sure, you know, it would taste horrible. But I just buy the cheap instant, the cheapest I can find. I mix it up in hot water and as minimal water as possible, and then I add rubbing alcohol to isopropyl. Anyway, I do that. I think it's 70% alcohol, and that makes it so that I can keep my coffee in my studio. I don't have to keep it in a fridge. It doesn't mold or go bad on me because it's mostly alcohol. But I've mixed it up originally with the water, with hot water. Okay, so we're just gonna spritz here, and we will spritz on the back. And, you know, I don't know you guys, but coffee dying when you have something so easy as that. I mean, how can you go wrong, right? Okay, now I'm putting a little booklet down underneath. I'm going to use my hot gun, but I don't want to, my heat tool, and I don't want to get underneath my mat board because heat will make the mat board melt and go wonky. So close your ears or fast forward if the sound of the heat tool is offensive. So I am just giving it a good dry. Now normally I would do a bunch of these together and I would have this all done so you're not hearing the craziness of me using the heat tool here. But I haven't done this for a while and I did want to show that the process. Excuse me, just one sec. I had to get a drink of water. There was one thing since I had the COVID and the cough, it does not, it's just there a lot. We'll just put it that way. Alrighty, so here we go. Now, this is the back side. Here's a couple of things that I do. You don't have to do this, seriously, but I'm a little bit OCDC or whatever. What is that when you're just like, you pay way too much attention to some stuff? I trim my corners because they're not glued, you know, that doesn't come clear out. And I will also, when I glue, there is a tendency for some of the seam to come undone. And I'll just I just do that just because, I don't know, just because I want to. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to get out my vintage photo. This is Tim Holtz, not that he needs any advertising from me. And I am with my sponge dauber, which I love because it's just, I mean, it's so easy, right? Then I am just edging all around here. And I will, you can do it, you don't have to do this part. You can keep it the clear, the lighter, you know, if you want to go with a more formal look that, excuse me, just one sec here. Like for instance, this is one that I did. It's very pretty. This is very pretty, but I didn't do any coffee dyeing or inking, and it's just fine. It's very nice. Okay, so we've got this done. Now what we want to do is decide what we want to do here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to stop at this point. I need to stop here, and I'll tell you why. I want to be able to, whatever image I'm going to put on my notebook that's going in my pocket, I want it to kind of match. So you can see this one, and I did some different things on the fronts of these to give you some different ideas. Like for instance, this is very flat. Okay, so going in a journal or something, this can be really very handy. This, on the other hand, that I just put together just before I turned on the video here, you can see that there's, you know, there's thickness there. There's about 1/4 of an inch, maybe even a little bit more. And so it's going to bulk up. Wherever you put this, it's going to be a little bit bulkier. But I love, you know, I love it being raised like that. So I don't mind that at all. I do like it, in fact. But that's not the only thing that you can do. This too that I just showed you, this is fairly flat. It's not quite as flat as the first one I showed you, but it's kind of an in-between that and this one. And did I do any more that were the flat? No, I didn't. But I have done some of these, and these are not quite as fat either. So just keep that in mind when you're making up your, when you're making these up. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to decorate our composition notebook. So I'm going to turn the camera off right now and go find some images to possibly use, and I will be back. Okay, I have just pulled, I purchased a little while ago a Christmas set from Roxy Creations from Rachel, and she's got some really cute images. I've been using them in other capacities, but I thought this image would make a great cover for my book, and so I'm going to use that. And with that in mind, this color, and I'm going to use this is fabric. I'm going to trim this down and put this to cover my binding here. Then that will help me to pick my washi tapes, or what I decorate this with. So we're still going to set this aside now, and we're going to fix this little guy up. So let's go ahead. Let me move the digitals that I'm not using. And for this purpose, I want this size. I don't want it, I want it smooth. I don't want to tear it or anything like that. So I'm just going to measure, and I'll take just a little bit in here. So I'll go 3 inches wide. This would bring it to here. I'm going to need 2 of them. I'm going to need a front and a back, but as soon as we get this done, we'll also do the back there. And I am going to need the 4.5 inches height. So with that in mind, let me grab a little different ruler. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to cut my edges off. This isn't going to be exactly, let's see, where's my paper only. I have to label these so I don't get it mixed up. This is for paper. All right, so we're going to cut this. I'll just go ahead and finish that out there and go this opposite way. And if you use a mat board and ruler, you're not supposed to do what I just did. So this, yes, not this way. Just saying. Okay. So now we'll go 4.5 inches by 3. And I know, you know, you can do this in whatever way works for you, okay? Alrighty. So, let's see how that's gonna look. Oh, that's cute. That is gonna be cute. So I will go ahead, let me see what size. I think that may be this bigger size on here. And let's try that. Yep, that's good. So I want to use my corner rounder, or you can do it by hand if you would like. Okay. That's gonna be so cute. I mean, is that so simple, you guys? Look how simple that is. All right, let's grab our SKUs again. Here I go, just reaching in front. So sorry. Okay. We're going to use my stick glue, and we're going to give it a good coating to make sure that it stays. And you can use Fabri-Tac, you can use the art glitter glue, you can use a tacky glue, but I prefer to use, for some things, I prefer to use a more dry glue so that the paper, nothing buckles, nothing bunches, nothing, you know, gets weird that way. Okay. All right, let's get our bone folder out and just kind of give that a nice, okay, that looks good, looking good. Now, there's a smidgen on the top there that is a little bit over, which is not a big deal, because we are just going to trim it. Okay. Okay, we've got the front. Now, let's take a peek-see and see about maybe that on the back. Let me pull these papers back out. We certainly can do this. I mean, it would look nice. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's just take a peek, see what we got. These are so pretty. I love these images. And I have, I buy usually at least one new set at Christmas time. Ugh, just keep looking, and there's just, you know what? Let's just try to keep our scraps down. Let's just go with this, okay? So we'll go the 4.5 inches, and I'm going to continue what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say, you guys? I go crazy. Oh, have to tell you, hubby has been enjoying getting back in the kitchen. I'm super excited about that. He's a very good cook, chef. And he has enjoyed, he's taken different classes and things. And he's just, it's something since he's retired that he's enjoyed doing. He's like, yeah, you do your thing and I'll take care of the house. And I mean, I do a little bit, but I don't want you to think I'm any great shakes or anything like that. Okay. That's very attractive. Okay. Let's go ahead. We'll do the same thing here. I don't want to, in fact, let's just get rid of this page. I don't know if this will be, it's got a bit much glue, so let's just start with a new glue page. Anyway, so he has made, he looked on the internet. I asked him, where'd you get the recipe for this? He's like, just Google it. But it's for a roasted chicken casserole. When we were so very, very sick a few weeks ago, we had some of the most wonderful angels come and bring us meals for a few nights. And we ended up with a few roaster chickens, and we couldn't, we couldn't eat them all, especially at that time. And I hadn't thought about a roaster chicken. I mean, I know they're there and available, but I just don't buy them. Not because I just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. But anyway, we had extra. And so he deboned it all and put it in the freezer so that we could use it later. And so he was looking for a recipe that he could use with the roaster chickens. So let's just trim a little bit here. Come on, I'm shaky. Shaky. And so it calls for rice and celery and the roaster chicken, and I'm not sure what else, to be honest. But he brought it in when it was ready, when he had it all done, so that later on all he has to do is pop it in the oven. It looks so good. So that's what's for dinner tonight, and I'm very excited about that. And then he's also got buttered carrots and green beans. We both love vegetables. Love raw vegetables, love cooked vegetables. You would think, because of the foods that I really love, that I would be a small size, and I was for many, many years. But I also love sugar. That's a problem. Okay, is that just cute? Look how fun and how fast. Now, if you don't want to do anything to the inside here, you can leave it as is. But if you want to dress it up, you can go ahead. You can put more, like any image, any scrapbooking, whatever you want that way. I did, on the others that I created, I got this tissue paper, and it's all about Christmas carols. And I thought, that's so fun. I think, did I show you what I did here? So here you go. So it just kind of dresses it up a little bit and it makes it more Christmassy. And there again, if you're not into Christmas, you know, whether if it's nature or birds or whatever, you can put the appropriate paper to make it fit. All right, let's do the 4.5. So I need 4.5 by 6 to do 2 of these. And if I've done it correctly, then, oops, wrong one. Wrong rotary cutter. I think I already put it back, didn't I? I did. All right, let's get it back out. And there again, I'm having these to be smooth. Didn't want to rip it or anything because I do want this to be accurate. Okay, so I cut it at 6 inches, which gives me the 3 and 3. Alrighty, let's go ahead and work with that. I will glue one side and then we'll glue the other. All right. So we've had really beautiful weather here, and today it's been nice, but the last, I don't know, hour, 2 hours, whatever, it's clouding up. And it looks like we might be getting quite a bit of rain for the next few days. Now this is done as a collage, you know, the tissue paper, so it really doesn't matter which way I put this. But I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, what did we do? Oh, hello. We messed up. Measured twice. Cut once. Ugh. I forgot. This is 3¼ inches because of this, right? I didn't, yeah, okay, fine. Fine, just be that way. We'll work with it. We can make it work. We just have to play around a little bit. And we will put some type of a, like it was meant to be, down this side. And that'll be fine. Let's see, we had this. How's about if we do that right there? Okay, just gonna. All right, oh, there again. Grab our, this is good to use up the scraps. And I'm going to have to, I might wait till after Christmas, I'm not sure. But I have a lot of scraps and I need to deal with them and do something with them. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Let's go ahead here. We'll just get that a-going. So this is I have to tell you, you guys, since I have decided that I really want to try to do more videos and try to increase my channel viewership, I guess, if you will, I've been crazy busy. I'm glad that I'm feeling good so that I can do all of this. And by the way, I do have, there are those of you, some of you that have asked and are paying attention to that. And I do have my appointment with my doctor tomorrow. He's going to do a comprehensive check and I want to ask him, you know, exactly what is my situation Am I like in remission? I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, I know he has said that I may have to have these infusions for the rest of my life. Well, what does that... You know, when I've heard people talk about cancer, it's usually, yes, I have it, I had it, and it's done. I'm over. But I don't know what to call my situation, and so I want to ask him what it is. So I'll do that tomorrow. I have my first non-chemo infusion. It's something I've had all along with my chemo, but I'll just be having it now and not the chemo. And hubby did say last night, he says, I think you're growing, I think you're getting some hair. I'm like, oh, that'd be fabulous. So we'll see. I'm not counting on too much just yet. I have to tell you though, you guys, it's, I get chilly now as the weather where we're at is starting to cool down quite a bit, and it gets chilly. I'm finding that not having any hair on my head is making it kind of difficult to stay warm. So I may need to go shopping for some, some more variety of hats and things like that to kind of, make it so I'm a little more covered, or it's a little warmer. Okay, we can reposition this as long as we don't give it too much time. Okay, there we go. So, it does help to check your measurements before you get going. And this needs to be trimmed up, these little corners a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim that. Maybe. I don't know, this is... One thing that I do notice is that for a while now, and I don't know if it has anything to do with my cancer or not, but my handwriting and a couple of things have really been, it's been showing, it's a lot jiggly, more jiggly, or it's not as smooth. I have a tendency to kind of jerk a little bit more. But like I said, I don't know if it has anything to do with that or not. Okay. All right, guys. I'm liking that. That, of course, is going to dry, and it will firm up when when I do that. Now what we want to do is we want to cover our spine here. There again, we have 4.5 inches. So let's just get a different ruler. This one actually is 4.5 inches. And let's get out a different cutter. This is for fabric only. Then you can cut it. And you don't have to use fabric. You can use paper. And for this one, a thinner paper would be nice. Not a super, super heavy paper, because the heavier it is, the more difficult it will be on here. Okay, so how wide do I want it? So about 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. So we'll go 1 1/4 inches and see how that works. Okay. All right. I think that's very nice. That's going to be great. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Give that puppy a nice little slap. So, I don't know if any of you have checked out my November play video. Today is November 1st, so if there may be more than one up now, and there are 3 other ladies that are doing this with me, and super excited. And it would be wonderful if you wanted to join in with that. I will have a playlist for November Play 2021, so you can go take a peek, see it, what all that is. And I'm super happy that Gail Agostinelli and Susie Murphy McGuire and Jean Stombaugh Peter, she's Jean Peter Artist on YouTube, that these ladies have joined me. And Susie is Creative Cafe Girl. And of course you know that Gail is Gail. So I'd encourage you to check out their videos, and it's just something fun. Just something fun, guys. The holidays are just about upon us. So whether you like it or not, it's coming, and I'd rather be prepared than not. Okay, so 2 things. If you want this to look super vintagey, you can do what I have done here, is I've inked with this closed. I've inked the pages so that it has, a more vintage look that way. But then when you open it, everything is fine that way. I think on this one, what I'm going to do is just ink around the edges. And if you don't like the vintage look, don't ink around the edges. It'll be great. It's whatever you want to do. This is your work. These will make great little stocking stuffer gifts. They will make fun little party favors, just as a happy mail. Whatever that you decide, a little memo notebook is a fun thing to have available. And of course, doing it up in a fun way makes it just that much more interesting. Okay, let's see. What did we do with our bag? Our bag. We set it aside. Let's grab it. So this is it. I mean, the little notebook is done. You can see how quickly that comes together. You could also put a little, this belongs to, a little label, something to fancy it up that way. And of course you could alter, if you wanted to really get fancy, you could do a lot of things. Okay, now let's just put it in. Put it in our glassine bag. I love that Santa. That is super cute. Super cute. Okay. So you can see it comes right up here. And so now what we want to do is pick out some washi tapes and make a little cluster that's going to fit and look attractive here. So I have red with little gold stars. I have gold with white stars. That could be nice. The gold, the stars there, that could look good. Red is always a good idea. Got some green going on here too. Kind of like that. And actually this would be really nice too. I love this gold. This particular one. We're going to need red. Red. We're going to need some red. I like this. Isn't that pretty? And this is backed. Little fiddly. I think that's what Rachel says. She uses that word. It's fiddly. Okay. Let's see. So we can have it go down this side or this side, and across the bottom is how I've been doing them. So we've got this, and which one did I do across the other side? This one. So I like them both. It doesn't really matter. Eeny meeny. Catch a tigger. Oops, you know what? That is not, we need to put a bit more glue down here. I do not want this coming up at all. Okay. All right. We'll just kind of set that aside and let that dry. Okay, guys. Which? Holler loudly. I can't hear you. Ugh. You know what? I think some of you said this. Not 100% sure though. Now, on some of these, I had been going all the way around, but I didn't on some as well. So you decide, you know, how you want that. Now, if you're putting something like this in a journal, which you certainly could, but you have to, you know, you just have to be aware that you got to give a lot of space because that's like 1/4 of an inch thick. But if you're doing something like that, or in a file folder or some other application where you're gluing the back of the pocket, then of course you wouldn't want to put anything on the back. And I'm not doing that, but I still don't feel like I need to have it, you know, clear down like that around the whole thing. And I couldn't hear you very well, and so what I wondered if I could get away with doing was kind of like, I don't know, like maybe, okay, there's the 3 3/4, 3 3/4. I'm always reaching. And I'm thinking what if we cut down the middle there and we maybe did something like this. Okay. And this I'm going to just set aside. We'll use that on something else another time. Trim that, but don't cut into your glassine bag. And I will reinforce this, you know, the washi tapes here with some art glitter glue, because sometimes they're just not quite, the washi quite as sticky. And so I want to make sure that I get that down on both sides. Let's see, come on. Seems like it's sticking a little better. The stars are anyway. But we'll go ahead and glue that down just to strengthen that, reinforce that so it won't pop up. Okay. So now, do we want to put something down the side this way, or do we want to just leave it as is and put a cluster with nothing? I kind of love it going down the side though, but this looks really cool, the skinny as well. But then this one, I've just got lace on it, and this goes on, and that looks very pretty as well. So, decisions. This one, you guys, this was my handmade washi tape that I made. I only made like a couple of little pink things. And when I looked in my notebooks, this had already been done last year. And it was like, oh my gosh, this needs pink. So that's what I did for that one. All right, I think what I want to do is, okay, okay. I think I want to go down this way, but instead of, and I'm just cutting that more than what I'm going to need. And then I'm going to cut this and make this skinnier and see how that looks. So let's go ahead and let's just put some glue down. Let's see, can we make that a little easier for you to see? Alrighty. All right. Yes, I like that. What a great idea, you guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay. I kind of like that. It still shows, but it's not in your face. Okay. So now I want a little bit of cheesecloth. We'll make just a little cluster here, and then we will pretty much be done with this particular video. So I hope that you will, if you're not working along with me, I hope that you will get your goodies out and play with this and do some fun things that way. Make yourself some pockets and with the little memo notebooks. The first video that I did with these pockets and little notebooks, I made the notebooks themselves, and then I went ahead and added, made the notebooks and then did the glassine bags that they go into. Okay, so we're just going to tear a little bit. We don't want this to be straight edged. Let's see, where's my glue book? Here we go. I'm going to edge around here. And this is so super fine that I just, and sometimes I don't know, I just find it easier to lay my image down on the glue book and do my inking that way. All right. So we shall, okay, and then, all right, now here's the part. Let's go ahead and get this together again. Okay. So I think we need red, you guys. I want red, I believe, for that part. So let me grab some possibilities here. I am right behind you. Just, okie doke. Let's just take a peek, see. And what did I do with that? I think I've got one more place to look. Okay, so I have these. I didn't buy these today, but this stuff is still in Hobby Lobby. It's half off, so that is a good deal. And I've got these. Let's go ahead and pull that back out. So, and I've got these little presents. I also picked up some raffia. How many of you remember working with raffia? There was a time when this stuff was really, really big. And I had a whole bunch of it. Put it on all kinds of stuff. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but let's just kind of pull some of this apart and, we might use it. And let's decide. I definitely want a red. So here would be the red, which is very pretty. And here would be a little different. It's bigger. It's bigger than, which is very pretty too. Okay, so you've got that. This is a little more the color of the notebook, so I think with that being said, we will set these aside for something else. This would also work really well with that. Let's see. It's been a long time since I've done anything with raffia. It's like, let's maybe tie a bow and just see if it looks okay. Maybe putting the the red sticker in there. Okay, no guarantees on this. We're just giving it a try. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? But, okay. So if we do that, and we put this like this, I don't like it. It's too much green. But I kind of like some green. Let's try something different. Let's just try like let's just put a glob. Let's put a glob of green. And then yep, too much still. Let's go again. Maybe just two little teeny guys here. Let's give this a try. Maybe. I just, sometimes you just don't know. You just start playing and then you just see what might work. And when you hit upon something that you like, you just are like, yeah, I like that. And actually, I will trim these off, but now I do like this. I think that looks nice. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put some... we're going to put some of this Fabri-Tac. Okay. And let me wipe my fingers off here. And then we're going to grab one of these stickers and we will add more Fabri-Tac. And we will position that. Oh, I'm liking this. Now I'm really liking this. Okay, let's... Okay, I think my friends, I think we're done. So let's take a peek-see once again at this all put together. And it really isn't, as you saw, it's not hard. It's just a matter of doing it. It takes a little bit of time, but that's part of the fun too, is looking and deciding and what you want to do. That's really cute. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you've not subscribed. Please consider doing so. That would help me so much. Just know I love you guys and I'm thankful for you, and I hope that you are well and happy and that you're having a fabulous day. Until next video, bye-bye now.